Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Warwicky, thank you for the tier 375 months. I am live on Twitch. I am live on YouTube. I am also live on Patreon. I am using a different method to stream to Patreon. The hope is that everything works properly. Audio works properly. Let me give it a test here. Can you hear this? Oh, hold on. Nope. This. Yes. Perfect. Awesome. Not here. Perfect. Okay. All right. I think everything's working so far. This would hopefully work for feeds as well. Move my box to the right. Would people prefer it on the right? No, it's fine. Yes. I'm talking to Patreon, sorry. Yes, to the right. All right, give me one moment. This is where we're at right now. Okay. So, the one downside, of course, to the Patreon is that there's no predictions on Patreon, but you can, of course, just have the Twitch chat open if you want to do predictions. You can just like pop out the Twitch chat if you want. Okay, so commercial by 513. Jodems, thank you for the 25th. Colin with $5 on YouTube. Excluding Rachel, which of the remaining house guests would I do a deep dive on? McCherry, thank you for the 14th. If Ashley or Will won or came close, maybe. I will, of course, offer one to the winner. I did get a haircut. Yeah. I mean, bottom line is, if somebody wants to do one with me, I'm usually pretty open. Laura, I think you're the 51st month. Monica, welcome to Robot Army. Megan with 37 in a row. Will I watch Traders Canada on page? Honestly, probably. When does that one come out? Because that one's got some fun people on it. Do I think Vince will be offended by my impression? Yes. October 21st? Wow, that's soon. Bumblebee with $20 over on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bumblebee. What are the chances we get a double eviction next? Not too bad, I think. I don't think it would be like this week, but next week I could see it once the blockbuster ends. Queen, thank you for the 19th. All right, let me try. I have so many windows open right now. I made it all work so the stream is good, but I have not figured out how to consolidate chats for myself yet. Britt, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to Road Army. Juliet, thank you for the 10th. Mrs. Thank you for gifting a sub there. And thank you to the new patrons over on the Patreon. I really hope you enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy the other content I've got over there. Hope you stick around. Some fun stuff happening. Genuinely, like, this whole debacle has got me wanting to make my own games. It's something I've thought about a lot before, but now I'm really like, I just want to do some of my own games. I've talked to the patrons a little bit about it. Red Rosie, thank you for the 15th. Dr. Christie with 200 bits, thank you. How do you join Patreon? The link should be in the chat. Let me tell you what's been on my mind. Baby, thank you for the $5. What's been on my mind is, if we have a chance to send Rachel questions, what is the best way to make her feel loved that won't get screened by producers? For 70, thank you for the 7 Canadian funeral funds. They're generally pretty okay with expressions of like, hey, you were great. Jack, thank you for the $5. But also, how it worked last season was pretty rough in general, I think. Because we're just like sending questions in, and then it's sort of like a round robin situation where they're just going to ask a bunch of picked questions. All right, here we are. So I believe this will still cause a slight issue. All right, I should just do this if I want to. This is where we are. This will cause a slight issue for audio on Patreon, but let me just give everyone else.
Into the mysterious White Locust Resort. It will be...
Now it should be working good. Ellen, thank you for the $10. Mike with $5. Genuinely, I've been dreading this episode. I think everyone has. But like, genuinely, I don't want to watch it. Oh, I'm already mad. I'm seeing Rachel in the house and I'm already mad again. They're hyping themselves up. They're doing like a flash forward of hyping themselves up, and I'm not into it. Let me know how the audio balance is over on Patreon as well. I feel like she gave that DR after. Colin, think of the 5. Do a vote on whether or not there's boos from the crowd. There's not going to be boos. They're really like hyping up like, oh, Rachel's in a good spot. The alliance is in a good spot. Oh, what's going to go wrong? I'm in the top 200 stock watch from holding every week. Glad thank you for the $2. This is, thank God, only an hour episode. So they're out in the backyard now at White Locust. Ava's talking about how she doesn't have money because she wants to win AFP. Psychological minefield? They don't even know what they're doing. Get out of here. Or your social game will get you out of this situation. This really like doesn't feel like Big Brother. Like I really don't feel like I'm watching Big Brother right now. It does feel like one of those cheap Netflix shows. That's exactly what it feels like. Early commercial. So that is a yes. Next prediction. How are they going to stretch this out? They have to do the competition first, the first competition. Does Ava win the competition in the next segment? It's just like, again, like they're so not slick. The fact that they added that line about, or your social game can save you, means that 1000% what they're thinking through all of this criticism is no, it's we didn't do anything wrong. Your social game can save you. It's just what happened. It's not a bad twist. Because they're incapable of actually like admitting that they did something wrong. Louisa, thank you for the $20. Couldn't stand watching this without. I honestly probably would have skipped this episode if not for being able to watch it with you guys. So. But yeah, I mean, it's like my American Ninja Warrior analogy, where it's like, oh, they get to vote out a fellow athlete. It's like saying, we're back, by the way. It's like saying, well, their competition ability could save them because the person who did stage 2 the fastest was immune from the vote. Denise, thank you for the 7 Canadian. I mean, I wouldn't lead with 22, Tyler. So apparently Tyler really struggled with these lines. And he said that I think he said he was like jet lagged or something. Like he got very little sleep. He just flew over. I know this because Vinny and Morgan were like, oh, the reason he was ignoring us was because he was jet lagged and he was probably not allowed to interact. I'm actually surprised Ava wins this. Tyler's the guy you dread being called on for popcorn reading in middle school. Are they? This is like, are they trying to do Mr. Beast right now? How did Ava win this? Just nails it one go. Wow. Yeah, Keanu went slower. What is happening? This is so strange. All right, Ava did win the competition. Do we see the touch? Do we see the touch? Rachel touching Ava. Do we see it in the next segment? Yeah, honestly, I was expecting to be outraged, but so far I'm just bored. Like, I'm just, yeah, just not that interested. It's just not very exciting. Aaron, thank you for the 37th. They really thought they had something, yeah. I mean, the thing is, the point of having a host is that you have somebody that you know is good at doing voiceover for these kinds of situations. So you don't have to rely on a jet lagged Tyler Crispin. Yeah, I've seen people say, "Oh, we were too nice about reindeer games." That's the problem, and I'm starting to think that that person is right. We can never let up on production. The second you take your foot off their neck, they'll vince you. Brian, thank you for the $2. There's no angel. Laurel, thank you for the 7th. Man, they're really so proud of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tyler. You're really bad at this. it's it's really bad. It's like actively hard to pay attention to what he's saying. The touch. We saw the touch. Thank you for the 5. See, again, this is just gambling. She would have picked Morgan, but Morgan didn't understand what was happening because none of them did. Morgan, as we already know, would have picked Rachel. My strategy. There's no strategy to this. We did see the touch. Next prediction. Do we see Vinny try to talk up Tyler? Vinny claimed that he finished the competition and then stood by the buzzer talking to Tyler after before pressing the buzzer. Do we see that in the episode? Lindsay, thank you the $5. Acting like their strategy to this situation is like saying that their strategy to playing roulette. It's not a perfect analogy, but it's pretty similar. Fran, thank you for the $2. What a heel turn. Because they do not know how long this thing takes. They do not know if they will be good at it or bad at it. The way they were talking about Rachel, we'll see, I guess. She might not have done it in 6 minutes and 30 seconds. It might have been correct to not want to go first. It might have been stupid to not want to go first. You don't know because you don't know how long it will take. They obviously designed things like Caitlyn's puzzle to be totally doable, and then Caitlyn doesn't do it. They also clearly designed this to be doable in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and yet someone wasn't able to do it. So you can't trust that, oh, well, the producers probably designed this to be doable, like very doable in 6 minutes and 30 seconds, because you don't know. You don't know if they screwed up. You don't know if it was designed that way. Eileen, thank you for the 5. Theoretically, you know, the ideal is what Will is doing, which is, you know, don't compete at all. But then there's a chance that genuinely, like, the last person or two is the only person that gets screwed. Sandra, thank you for the $10. It's just one big gamble with the facade of strategy or social game. It's picking numbers for the lottery. You are making choices, but they don't actually matter. What matters is the competition. That's all. Brendan's fired up on chat BCC. What's he saying? About Ava, I would imagine. She's being pretty insufferable. Yeah. All right, we're back. He's literally raising his hand like this. Silver, thing with a 5. Ava interviews begin with, how's your arm, Ava? Because this is the thing, too. They didn't even give them enough time to actually strategize and talk. She literally just made a random decision because she was scared of the ramifications. Like we can't even be like, man, well, Vince got in there and convinced her. Because all he did was literally go, If this happens on future seasons, is there anything to learn? Genuinely, no. No Tyler talk. So this is what Morgan was very upset about. Vince chose Lauren over her. Colin, thank you for the 5. Could they be testing the elimination mechanic in anticipation of an All-Stars cast? I would hope not. Again, like, this is the thing. Lauren gets talked into making a terrible decision, but doesn't pay for it because the strategy doesn't matter. so stupid that if you screw it up, you're out of the game. It's so stupid. It's like they're building all of this tension for a decision that won't end up mattering. Oh no, what will Lauren do? If she doesn't pick Kelly, she's screwing over Kelly and Keanu. Except, nope, she's not. Because it doesn't matter. All that matters is the competition. Do we see Morgan waste time? We know that Morgan threw this competition. According to her, do we see her waste time throwing the HOH, essentially? If they knew exactly how long this competition would take, there would be more strategy to it, but they don't. And we know that it can take a wide variety of time to complete. Somebody like Xavier can almost be eliminated, and then somebody who didn't win like 6 competitions in a season can finish it with a minute and a half more time on the clock left than him. So going at any time is a risk, including the first time, because you don't even know what it will be at all. After the first time, Vinny comes back, says he has 2 minutes left. At that point, you could very easily leave second person picked, because 1 minute is going away and you might finish it 1 minute slower. Now, according to him later, he's lying about how much time he had left. But even if you knew what time it took on average to complete it, and you were able to perfectly orchestrate because your ally won the competition at first, because if your ally didn't win the competition at first, you're screwed anyway. Even if you knew that time and you perfectly orchestrated it so that you had an ally go at exactly the time that should be able to be completed so that the next person wouldn't be able to, you can still lose very easily. One slip and you're out of the entire game with no social portion of it whatsoever. This is not, oh, I screwed up a clown shoe because the house wants me out because I'm being targeted by somebody. This is, we did the thing right and I screwed up a competition and I'm out. We're back. Seems very unlikely they're going to show Morgan throwing, given that they are not showing things, the completions. I guess there's a good chance they're not even going to show Rachel's actual go, because they're just going to cut away and then be like, she failed. Again, Morgan goes. Lauren chooses wrong. Morgan chooses right. But it doesn't matter. Again, the reason why this even remotely worked for Reindeer games is because being eliminated via competition was the mechanic of the show. So this was just a dramatic way to get put in a situation where you needed to do a competition for your life. My plan worked. Don't go fast. Jesus. Because to the best of your knowledge, this is the correct decision. If she picks Kelly and Kelly succeeds, then now you only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and you're certainly screwed, and she gets to pick who is screwed. It would be ridiculous to get her to pick somebody else. And this would have been the plan regardless of who Ava chose, regardless of who Vince chose. They were always going to have somebody in their alliance go at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, because if they didn't, somebody would have had to, from their alliance, would have had to go at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So none of the previous picks mattered. We did not see Morgan waste time. Imagine the world where Ava chooses Morgan first, like she wanted to. Morgan chooses maybe Rachel, maybe Ashley, maybe Vince. Vince chooses whoever. No matter what it was going to be, they were always going to have somebody go at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, thinking this is a doable time. And then we'll screw over whoever goes at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Because if we give it to Kelly or Keanu at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and they complete it like we think it is completable, then they will screw over one of us at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And they don't even get to watch the other people do it. You just have to rely on what they're saying. Morgan is relaying information to the best of her ability, saying, I think it's easy. I think it's easily doable in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And we know that she's kind of right. But if you screw the competition up, then you're out. Final DR. Rachel or anyone else? And we're back. Did she just get it stuck in that? It's just stuck in that. Oh my God. It's even worse. She could have had 6 minutes and 30 seconds. She spent like 2.5 minutes stuck because she didn't understand how to move the thing. They literally said that her wheel had the ball right next to the start position. Yep. And it's stuck again. Say it again for the people in the back. The strategy, the social, none of it mattered. She got eliminated because of the wheel. Because not being able to figure out a wheel is apparently criteria for surviving Big Brother. The zoom in on Lauren. How do you hear that speech from the chairman of the jury? And then act like Lauren has it in this HOH. Literally, the majority of the house did not want her gone. Oh man. Oh, who was the final? Oh, was it Vince? I think it was Vince. So it's gonna be anyone else. Oh, I am frozen. That's unfortunate. Back on Patreon, not back on. Wait, hey there, wait, hold on, hold on. Am I back? Am I back? We're back. Tell people to refresh if they're not back. So yes, that was anybody else. Anyone else got the Vince got the anyone else, which is fitting for Vince. What more is there to say? This is pretty much exactly what we expected. I'm not on the recap. I have the night off. I barely wanted to watch the episode, so I was not eager. I feel I've everyone knows how I feel about it at this point. We had heard that Rachel had made basically no progress in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Meaning there is a very good chance that if she had been picked first, she still would have failed this. In the same way that Will, if he had had to go at any time, likely would have failed this. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? The point being that this was just a competition skill check. It was for as much as they want to try to make it seem like if this decision had been made over here, if this decision had been made over here, at the end of the day, the competition decided the eviction. That has never happened in Big Brother outside of day one evictions that everybody collectively hates, even when you are not invested in the player or their story. It's, again, I've said it before. This is why I don't need to be on the podcast because I'm just repeating myself, but it's not Big Brother. It's just not Big Brother. It is a different show. It is American Ninja Warrior voting out their athletes instead of letting them fail the course. A player who was never nominated, didn't have a single vote cast against her, and was put into this competition with enough time to complete it. Not that that mattered anyway. was eliminated because she couldn't figure out how to make the wheel work. Zero opportunity to socially maneuver around that barrier. That is the entire point of the show. Literally, chapter 1. Maybe not chapter 1. No, the introduction of my book, I introduce the show. I say, this is what Big Brother is. It's a game that allows players to maneuver around structures and barriers that are in their way with their own mind, their own social ability, sometimes their own competitive ability, but primarily it is a game that is presented the fantasy of you can go there, and if you are smart enough and if you are charismatic enough, you don't have to be the strongest, you don't have to be the fastest, you don't have to be the most popular, you don't have to be in the majority group, you don't have to be a part of the archetype that fits in the most. You can be somebody who comes in an outcast, on the bottom, doesn't fit in, a minority. And you can overcome those things with strategy, with social ability. In this instance, the barrier was you need to be able to maneuver a ball through a wheel. If you can't do that, you lose. There's nothing she could have done. She could try to gamble and not go at all like Will did. But then at some point, she could have been chosen by a stray person that they put in, that gets it in. It's all just a gamble. She could have gone in, the best decision to make. Everyone talking about, wow, touching Ava. If she hadn't touched Ava, she would have gone in first. She would have been fine. That's the best strategy. Obviously, you do it first. If she had gone first, she still might have messed up in the same way that she did, and she still might be gone. Because at the end of the day, the skill check is, can you do the wheel? And she couldn't. Which is a perfectly valid way to go out on a show that is about competitions. And for anyone that's like, oh, wow, she should have been able to do it. She failed it. Great. The next time I watch Physical 100 and somebody fails to do a wheel challenge, I'll go, yeah, they failed. If this was the show, congratulations to anybody that wants to watch it. Although I guarantee you there are better versions of this out there. You should expand your horizons. It's just not the show that most of us like. It's a different show. This wouldn't even make for a good challenge episode. Like I said, I've already exhausted myself talking about it. Ring, thank you for the $2. Watch Kelly win. Has Steven watched anything past the premiere? I don't think so. Am I sending in questions tomorrow? I don't know. I haven't been told anything. Jetlag All-Star starts next week? That's exciting. Yeah, they said an interview with Rachel live on Thursday. Would I play Jetlag? Of course I would. Missed the Tastemakers? Yeah, sorry. Basically, I'm obviously particularly swamped these last couple of weeks, and then Grace is at TIFF, so she wasn't able to do it either. So we'll be back, and we'll have tons of movies that she's seen to talk about. I also haven't watched like a single thing outside of Big Brother in the last like 3 weeks. Derek, thank you for the $5. Found me from being mentioned on the F-Face podcast. Thank you. That's so cool. Now Regulation Pod. People are asking about the book. Character sets. Thank you for the $2. Book is going well. We have like a new thing. Basically, I think I've mentioned this before, but like, they want me to make sure I sell it at a few other bookstores so that it's not all in one bookstore, because they think that we've got a shot at it, like some bestseller lists. So I should have some information about that soon. That if you haven't bought the book yet, it would be beneficial. Other indie bookstores, basically, would be the idea. Kim, thank you for the $10. If BB asked me to be a producer for the show, would I do it? If I could do it from home. I would consult. Diva, thank you for the $5. I'm sorry, thank you for the $5, but it was not social. I've kind of been talking endlessly about that. Jackie, thank you for the 20. Am I afraid that they will cut the feeds if we complain too much? No. Any chance of a tour? Okay, so actually, a couple of bits of business here. So I will hopefully have some bookstores, indie bookstores that if you haven't bought the book yet, it would be great if you ordered from. I'll have those soon, so stay tuned for that. For events, basically, they are looking for me to get a sense of if there are people willing to show up at live events at bookstores. I don't really know how to properly judge that. Because obviously there's a bunch of people in the chat who are already saying yes, but like I need to try to maybe figure out a way to see if there are like people maybe because like obviously if I do it on like Discord, it's like, you know, can we get as many people as there would be on a stream? Colin, thank you for $5. When and where can you get your book signed in San Diego? Book Catapult is still selling signed copies at the moment, but we will have some more options soon, hopefully. Tara, thank you for the 61st. 6 months in advance. Oh boy, thank you so much. Dag, thank you for $2. Will they ever kill the feeds BB Can style? It's always possible, but I don't think it will have to do with the audience. I could also talk to like Rob and Sam to see what they normally do. It would be cool. It'd be cool to do something in person. Basically what they told me was like all of the people that would be willing to go to a live event have probably already bought the book, and therefore it's hard to justify the cost of doing a live event. So I get that, but also it would be cool. Character says, thank you for the $2. How do we get my book to Grodner? And Elias with $2. Did I watch Devil's Plan Season 1? I did watch it. I don't have Patreon content for it, but I would like to make some eventually. Ready with the 9th month, received an ARC and loved it. Thank you so much. Let me know if you've written a review on Goodreads, because I'm definitely keeping an eye out for those, and I'm very much enjoying when I see them. Yeah, just keep it in mind. I might have a way of like gauging interest for a live event. I'll hopefully have some new stores to buy from soon. And I promise I'm working on the audiobook thing. I would love to get that like ready and launched by the end of the season if I can, but we will see. Dak, thank you for the $2. Once BB Can asked feeds, you've been scared of US. Yeah. Dolores gave a review on Goodreads. Thank you. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, I see it. You're even now a patron. I value his logic, his insight so much. Looking forward to reading the book once. Oh, so you were looking forward to reading the book once it arrives. It has not arrived for you, Dolores. I see. Pre-orders are still going. Julian, who's my winner pick at the moment? Probably Morgan at this point. Anyway, thank you to the patrons who are still watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed. I think that this was the most successful patron stream in terms of the tech, and certainly also the viewership. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm very glad that it worked. I'm very glad that you guys are enjoying it. And genuinely, thank you to all of the people that have signed up for the Patreon. It's a very cool place to be. Lots of content that I can make there that I like actually genuinely can't make anywhere else. So it's been really cool to have that avenue. And yeah, I'm very appreciative. I hope you all stick around. And Dak, thank you for the 10. About to join the Patreon. How do people watch along with Survivor A versus the world? The posts are all available as soon as you sign up. Any level of the Patreon, you'll be able to see the Australia versus the world content. Higher tier Patreon for the streams, which is really mostly just because, you know, one is an international show and one is a US show, and you have to be a little extra careful. Anything else in the queue for reactions? I will go back to the Genius, hopefully by tomorrow, and then I think we'll also we'll probably do, especially once Big Brother ends, we'll start doing like multiple shows at a time, and of course, Survivor US is going to start soon. Amazing Race is going to start soon. So there's tons of. Apparently, Traders Canada is going to start soon. That's going to be very fun. So all of that stuff can be in this format on the Patreon. So that'll be very, 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 very fun. Very, very cool. All right. Anyway, that's about what I got. Hope you guys were able to get through it. Have they started the podcast yet? Doesn't look like it. Oh, they just started? Whoops. I can't find it on Twitch. That's fine. You head over to the podcast, check it out. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see all of you next time.